Menyansa po yetiawa. Weekend nyina ye controversy around the health of your vice president, Madam Professor Jane. Na mamene de ben de waben oye a woman of a lot of firsts. First female vice chancellor or breaky glass ceiling normal e ma bebre omo Ghana ha. Any wiase afana bebia who say it is possible to do. And Osaya the first female to rise to the level of presidential seat, vice president, are all getting closer. Or maybe multi-baby president. I'm wishing for the day that a woman will ascend the throne of Ghana's presidency. I can't wait. Ewo sadino. And ye denyamia se say ne ho atono ana ne ho etono. Obia ni ho a ewo say ye ti o man mu a ye wish evil because of politics. Never. But eyade a ye yama na kai ho. But the main topic around that, a topic that was raised by Papa Yefreno, Professor Ajimambedu Akosa. Eba ayarehwemu a ene sebi nipa ya ben wo man chichirimu a onimu pa. Oka kire say, why should African politicians travel in droves omudodom so omukosiki medical help abroad? Yembane. Nana mementi ase say adentina yose ye bane sa. Then ochiremu say anya ne sa yentumi nya quality medical service ewo ha because nipa na omo travel to seek medical care no. Eye omo responsibility to fix the ailing medical system. It is a topic that we need to discuss dispassionately and without sentiments. Say ye kasa ayarehwe ho nsema. This is the third time I make kasa asem way ewo dwumadi so. Yen discussing without emotions and political coloring. Na ye musa e ho say asem bi sa ehia. Some my politicians no yemfa ban ento omo so. In fact, let me first emphasize say Nigeria there they have a legislation omo omra I say we a politician you are banned from traveling to seek medical care abroad. Nipa no shemra no obu so be 50 times. Buhari time. Omo shemra say mo politician bia Buhari no shemra no. In 2017, 2018, out of 365 days ewa afinimu no or spending 175 days seeking medical care abroad. Until only 190 days anamebwa 365 minus 175 90 190 days and what the president the akanyina na wote abrichire sa ne ho yade. But wa shemra bane e just osuro wuo. This topic is generally about African leaders. It has nothing to do with Professor Jane. But a situation na sakofa because Professor Ajimambedu Akosa can't say no. Not the issue of Professor Jane am I. But there are people in the present government almost akasetia seeking medical care abroad. Na omu detest ya na omu call for shemra. Abra no more opposition. There are people in opposition now who had also said this. And I quite remember Professor Mills' time when the MPP was also in opposition, almost so vehemently, almost criticize it. It just say obia ampe, but obia bedia by moi that you see the opportunity. Are we to allow our politicians to seek medical care abroad while yete an ailing medical center and a service muana? It's a question that we need to discuss, and everybody must have an opinion. You must have an opinion. Say, do you think that with the level of health services in Ghana, any medical situation, no, should we allow the people with the responsibility to fix it? Yama omuntu kwai, no omu escape the problem. Na yen suffer na say yen bear the brunt of the poor medical system ana. Anasa yen select some ailment be a doctor beka say hadie yen tumi nsa yen kwama no ne nyina yen yentum se enru hadie na che say ye ka se de kwama no ne a eye all the leaders in the West. Fane say, question na mi busa me ho preparing for this topic. And me search wo ho ne say, every medical equipment we are be able to make ship mana me boa. Me who medical equipment because ship na e de niema ba no. Ebi so chen hospital nyina. Ana me boa. Enti there is not a single medical equipment we are say. Ti say CT scan ana akese plant. Yeah, we are see na ye desire de no. Menya sure say bia ni ho a wo di ship mu enko. Ebeba. Enti se yakase ye pe medical equipment bi ato a. Ye betime nya bibi di asim. Se entumi nko shipum enko adu premu di ane yakase e wa brochi esondodo enti je se ho ne ye beko. Because one, in 2001 there were 52 African countries omu leaders omu koshiai. World Health Organization form almost sign krata and they said say they are going to abide all the 52 countries you know. Abrofo no say ade here wo wiase healthcare to the omono uyi war any anyama US money Iran mo abia mo de nuclear weapons no attention wo ho a because of fix health problems in say anyama no basically ade here omo pa health enti se broni bi be yare wo ha na afidie bi sa ne yade wo Ghana na ebi ni krom no ye Germany for leader de obeye ne say obeto sa afidie ni bi wo Germany ho. Ananya logic no. Se broni bi oya president o Germany oba Ghana wabe yare. Afidie bi no mudi see ne so within 20 minutes na clear yade na free ho. O say afidie be ni omo so Ghana ye mampanyi na ekoto ba na ade we no wakoma bow say na esi so ehu ba bi ewo na ayusu radioactive we no cry oduro no wondom eye nuclear nti ade si wakoma ne so a na clear yade na free ho a detect o say no afre the health minister of Germany afidie bi amahu wa Ghana ye wo bi o mse papa ye ni bi ye san muntobi sa na obeka na African leaders no say omukọ west no ko sa omuho yade a ade na omukọ hu no ya omutobi ba ha na hospital no omukọ hu no because one of the politicians told me when I was preparing for this in fact some of the hospitals they visit ewo abrochie no community hospitals because they cannot pay for the top hospitals no nti omukọ community hospitals MP4 omo krom ha no they don't have that money to go to top hospitals in the UK enti a community ba owremu a onim say your radioactive equipment your niam ye nuclear say aduro no bi o ha ye nom cancer treatment no ye nom ye de afidie siu so na akle e wo system mu ye radioactive nuclear system na aba ye wo bia na okono okohu a ohu afidie na esiwa ebetima akọ mu se ebekọ ship mu a odwe ne manfo ho se ade we ebekọ ship mu a mabesa me ho yade wo ha no de ma me nkoye budget 2001 asema meka no African president ni nyina age to mu se 52 of them. This is a research broken World Health Organization omo ko committee more than 15% of their national budget to health because sana west for no moye no enti na mamu dwane ko ho no yese babia wajapade wo no ho na wakoma wo enti babia wusuo no ho na ka wo fixe enti World Health Organization say Africa spend sika se omo travel akọ abrochi akọ se omo ho yade enti saa sika na mode kọ no mo budget na mo beye na fibia no mo 15% enko health na African president 52 omojitum 2001 by 2017 only 4 countries and amity half of the standard no mo set and these countries are Rwanda omo na ye top Rwanda ne abide but your World Health Organization report on African medical system by 2001 no mo meeting 52 countries signed by 2017 not only Rwanda and atope Tanzania second Botswana third Zambia fourth of the 52 countries Ghana 29th budget allocation for health almost a brochi hono not Germany UK US not less than 15% of their amount of money omo de ko budget no akohumasika no more than 15% and they call health because they know. Enti momo ko akwase omo yade na omo sese mo ye mutimi bo modern na mutimi ese de mo budget ne sika we komu de a mo nso mo mahabiem enti mo nko na mo nkofa mo budget no 15% and 10 and share health. Rwanda ene ye ene omo na achieve the highest insurance, health insurance. Omo ma mu ho no the whole of Africa omo na number 1 on the continent by 2017-2018. Enti Ghana ye den medical tourism sa no mo frɛ no ade amai bebre the current government, integral members of the current government are criticizing say ye tu kwaya kwa monone de enwanwa wo mu ne say for MPP and this is na ton chen. Some of them go to the extent say okoye check up na mumu yen na yetua for the check up. And the report cited broken.com say the AMA Africa leaders here say there is no responsibility because they can escape the problem. A banner part no a fruit plane. A bisinity and ya muhu MPB waji live or quiet check up. A fidia idea check up on a binia. Na obe fruit plane. One African president. Or you close to home. Or call the medical check up no. Muntie ni yo. Ne hu say Africa. Ye leaders no a ye wickedness. Listen to this carefully. All kwaya medical check-up no 15% sika no spending and play na omo pake omo de ya ne check-up no 7% of the national health budget. Sika wode awura mu se mfanko health no ono kosa ne ho yade wa bruchi no sa sika no ye 7% of the say over 7 years or shane ho yade wa bruchi. Now in the report 366,000 pounds na lupre no pake yeso wasa ne ho yade no kwa lupre no kwa 366,000 pounds eno no wo hwe ne budget no mu even the plane nko de koye no 0.7% of national health budget. Sika ye de besa o man no ho yemfa nsisi asopete yemfa ma doctor for yemfa ntoto mfidie no mampanyin ne kwasa ne ho yade adupre na wa pake aso engine asi so na ye hwe no eno nko ye 0.7% of the country's health budget. Nti oba o pese o fixe no on pese o be fixe because obenya baby asa ne ho yade. And they were indicating, say, 2 hospitals on the continent, Lagos State Teaching Hospital and Kolebu Teaching Hospital. This problem is prevalent in sub-Saharan Africa. Because North Africa, on time, Morocco, Egypt, is one of the best in terms of health in Africa. Then South Africa, Tunisia. And they are again here. Steve Biko Hospital, South Africa, is ranked as one of the top 3. And the leaders no mo Steve Biko. They know. Say omo de omo ni akire India because India for so no mo so tu kwan sa no mo hu say ye invest in medicine. And I must say Africa for now say one affordable. Nti leaders na ko. Can you imagine say Robert Mugabe or spending nearly 21 years of his reign as the president of Zimbabwe seeking eye care was Singapore. Okoshe nani 21 years no. Oko Singapore mo na what the best eye clinic to him. E ho no wuye no. Na wantumi ansi eye hospital, eye clinic no. Wansi bi wo Zimbabwe ho. Within those years no. E kan na no oko Singapore. Okoshe nani 21 years of flying to Singapore to seek medical care. Wantumi ansi sa state of the art eye hospital ni bi wo Zimbabwe ho. But e ho no wuye. Umaru Musa Yaradua, Umar Bongo of Gabon, Michael Sata of Zambia, and the list goes on. Yaman penny for muko siki medical care, but yes, you for 10% to 15% of the country nisikano ensure health service. Almost debi. Omobedi so they can get the privilege of traveling at the expense of the taxpayer to seek medical care. Ode obi okrom ha. Oye sikani no okosa ne ho yade no ye private person obi amfa ho omabo obi abosia ono na enya ne sika yesi unya osika ba bia ope na odidie But yes say obema omo akohoma ofie no odidi abonte no omo akohoma ofie because onkobo akohoma no ewo ho ye leaders no omebo akohoma wo ha ne ye hospital papa because our opportunity to travel na yen yetua na mom yen na yetua nko onhu ye mobo say plane ticket ye nya bi enti nko onya papa wo ha maye eno ne ye problem no. Africa spent $6 billion in medical tourism. $6 billion. Theconversation.com. You can check that. $6 billion in medical tourism. Yen leaders so ya bo mo ho ka 6 billion so mo nkosho mo ho ya de e wa manone. Na omukọ a ya tua. Yen so ya yare a amambi koje are ebi ni ho. Gloves ebi ni ho. Ye wo region bi wo Ghana ha. Omuni ventilator. I wo hospital ebi ni ho ventilator COVID by no. You heard it. But ye wo leader obetimi atena play mu $30,000. Okosha ne ho yade e wo abrochire okoye check up. Me say this is not a matter of MPP NDC. Say amoyadwen amafie say document omoko sign said they will invest more than 10% to 15% of the national budget in health. Rwanda, Botswana, and Ediswo no. Ghana ye langi behind no. Ye language or bottom. Our health sector. Enye ye doctor for no na anymore dear. Because the UK have clarified and emphasized say 1 out of every 10 doctors our UK African. If you want to check, ebi obeka say doctor for ne nya de there be omuni omune ko school with Cuba. Ghana doctor for omu call Russia. Omuni abrofu ya na ekom. Enti 1 out of 10 doctors ewo UK African 1 out of 10. How many UK doctors know her? Say a doctor for ne highly qualified. Some of the politicians have admitted to me, confess say omu ko abrochie na African doctors na hwe omo. The only difference is the equipment, logistics, and machinery. Now, no more hospital now South Africa, Civico. South Africa for a nuclear, CBB, the nuclear hospital. Yadiana yes, and he say ye numa droguna bunsu guso no 1 minute 3 abom no. Adu ebi tisa kotomwa Civico hospital. This is a hospital. Mo show TV in Facebook no. One of the best hospitals in Africa. Na se say machine na omodi aba nuclear plant na omodi aba no. Cancer na ayewa. Ye numa duro biem. Ominimu ya oya yemfa homa panie ntwa ho biem. Ade ne si omine ne so na ayi ade na firi ho. Eye radioactive. Eye nuclear. Omadru sro ase. Leader no na adwemu na ka no a. Ye de afidie ne nam na adwene ho a na ayusu census na ayi ade na firi na adwem. Yenkotwa oba bia nuclear machine and omaye Ghana haye obi ana enti sa difference no doctor ni no operate no ya Africa ni wakosua wotimi ye akasa afidie ne beba ha na se Land Cruiser Prado 300 timi si shape mu badia ada na sa nuclear machine entumi ma ha na obetra play mu akoho no na nka aye wo ha because eniema na omokosa omo yade webri no na woti hapa say Germany for omo president na ba Ghana na obesa ne ho yade what be that omo yare wo ha omo ambassadors no omo yare a pa na omo ko they know omo bia betu kwan akọ bia akosa ne ho yade me say once a while yen discuss this topic say sikana ye spend de ma ye mpanyimfo wo hwe ye judges enye president ne vice president nkwa o ye judges article 71 for no omo parliament say osha na osha benefit Ghana for the mo say ayarehwe bia mo pe owiase bia de be ma mo nkoda mo nkoje na ya bo mo hoka one day mumusa empanyimfo no say yemfa the budget of year spending on empanyimfo no abroad yemfa metu dwa na obehu na wo de ato ye national budget for health ho ho no na ye bebo dam me say one day yemusa say judges a omuo krom ha article 71 for omuo krom ha yempanyimfo a Yese omo ye CEO for oyare a obetime de oman ni sika akohwa ne ho yade wa abrochire yenka sa sika ne mom na yemusa omo se yemfa ntoto ye national budget on health ne yen compare ye pese ya adwemu bie ne edidi nkomo a fa MPP NDC ne to nchen na yare aba wo ne a ema ye hospitals nyina etan enti se ye constate ne say ye politicians ne mo ntu kwan enkwa amano ne nkosa omo ho yade a say your musika no mode kwa nobody cares. But at least ye timamufo no ya sign krata say wo de ometima akohwe mo ho but ye basic akra de mum provide maye no eno na ye problem no. One of the doctors in Nigeria ne suggestion is say nana yemfa 5-year ban ento omoso. Now if there is a 5-year ban unim say the man Africa countries be CC hospital ya COVID because there was a ban on flying. Enti afede obi as chale yenye wo chese bibia ansia yenye hospital Kolebu yesi ani Lagos State Hospital na the foremost hospitals in sub-Saharan Africa abra yesi no what is Kolebu is one of the oldest hospitals in Africa if not the oldest. Kolebu yesi Kolebu no na hospitals papa bebre teaching hospitals in Africa yetiti nipa ne yesan machines gum na ebi ni ha. And now Kolebu na ujina hona osha udo nsagu bu no obusa say is this Ghana's biggest referral hospital? Into this conversation yen have it yen for statistics in into ho say how much do you spend as our leaders traveling abroad to seek medical care? How much do you invest in the health system your budget for the benefit of the poor people, the ordinary people? Oni visa oni passport mpo ene yede na tu kwan enti nka ne ho ka no a okone district hospital at least eniama ye basic de ebi ho emfidie ya yede hwehwe nipa adwenem yede ye ya empanyefo so omoko na nka o mind de ya to aba ma wo ye member of parliament wo hwa constituency nipa 300,000 200,000 ete ho wuti paiwa wo se okoye check up UK doctor ni akohu no wo ya Africa di afidie na okoto ye no ye de si ship mu ba eyeye watu sika ahwe wo ho agya afidie ne ho aba se nipa na wo ni omote ha ne de omato aba ma o se ma omo sa benefit ni bi no you don't care about them. Enti ene ma hu se MPP for so ka and Professor Jane NDC for can say the discussion is not about that. The discussion is about say we are all kono Ghana for born ho kasɛn ɛkasɛn ne boy ye time ɛwɔ ayarehwɛ ho na saa ne ma no ne yebetimi de aye bi wɔ ha na ɛne anye amampanyi omoba ne sɛn na etimi si hospital wie se ye prioritize se yensi enkramodan yentu amena yensi asɔre dan ye prioritize se yemwe corrupt yema containers njira yento fie 21 yenye sei nemo me ho kame de a me nkwa asɔre dem ho malfa play me ko abruchiri me ho kame a enya nkramodan na masi apete na medwane akɔ me ko abruchiri na nipa na omoto abama wo no busa ho se omo ni passport die na wo ya aboa omo na ma wo sa privilege ne benefit no. It is an African problem. Wo hwe paper ye da ha Commonwealth for the amount of money that Africa spends. Yeah, account for 23% of a wiase. Yeah, wo wiase in Africa account for 23, but only 1% of your budget and eco health. It's time for that discussion. Ebia, it will not be today. Minimum amone Professor Ajimambadu Akosaya adwen. Say yemfa ban ento private people betimi akọ. By yemfa ban ento your politicians so say you cannot fly at the expense of the taxpayer. Say headache. Ukutu headache. Ewa brochiri. Brakolebu. Na oba na obe hu de ewo ho a obe boa miasa. Wo na oye budget. You can imagine say o former finance minister on a prepare budget on a chere ba sika bia anko. O former finance minister ote abrochire esa ne ho yade. Because emfidie na de besa yade ne bi ni ha. But doctor for the bi o ha. And they have to improvise. Your nurse for a bomb modern, but they have to improvise with enyema enye. We enya tim didie. Ghana for international enye ho say. Enye MPP NDC. Do we want a law to ban our politicians from traveling, especially for certain ailments? Yentimi for medical condition and to abontin because of confidentiality. But setima mufoni ni ayarehwe papa. Na se politicians ikroya timi koboka 1 billion. So omo de say omo ho yade. Oh, ade no way. Me pesa me bo saade we so na me ba so na. Omo say the amount of money I spending every year no African leaders spending no. It means 10 hospitals in each country.
All the Africa 52 countries now Africa
no each country.
Oba could be
sika omo bo ewo omo politicians taxpayers money a call for medical tourism. We spend 6 billion, all the African leaders, sub-Sahara, 6 billion per the research, 1 billion for some countries. Dollars. It can build 10 hospitals. But on bezi obewu. At the end of the day, so sha omo ko wa. Eye den ya obewu. Ewu de nyina ebewu.
Ye nyina ebewu. Na etole bi nso a ewuto ho eku nipa eka ne chintem. Woma ade ahye nipa. Wadu condition bi anka wo mmobo ose nyina na eka nkrahye no. Na fe ye dweme ho. No ma nipa no afono no. Professor Jumabedu Nyame Shane so de sanse na ba. Because said better late than never. Yes aba saka echi o set say o aba emye nyina no ye ka bi. Yo kan ye mfa ne so. Oba onipa bia pe ayarehwe papa quality healthcare na say delivery ema ne ho.
The most important thing.
Ehia pa ene etie wo bia nya so wakọ hwe de ya obekọ. Na emom no yese ewome ene ewe nya de kro. Sa woto na so anya osika. Na ka so obekọ brucha ko hwe ho yade. Se mpo bore na etu na ho na abekọ. Wuti ho na ho aye ka na ho na abekọ a. Obi anu ni asem. Ye constitution no ehye yen. Omampani oyare anana bedi ekire eyare a yeti committee Supreme Court impanif judges akasifo eteso ama pani pa bi every parliamentary council of state for ka ho say yenye investigation effort mampani yade ho say bia no mpo no in condition say bia de wo kwam no betumi ayadwuma bio so omampani anase wontumi enya adwuma bio so omampani anam so na yo omampani ntine yehwe na pomuden yenka edu ba bia aburu yeso a yemfa no kọ amanane enkohwe ne yare e constitution num wankase MP constitution and minister campus oni menka so bi ekokohwe ababa yemfa ne sa ebi ewo so kye bi na san na abeye efre wo Ghana ha so obi ayare a na ye Ghana fo esika ba wahuri no okọ amanane akosa no yare na nse yewura speaker of parliament Magmin Okoriba impleno you know so nani any ade sa ekoso kanoforiata yemfa so wa free so nti kwa bi so obeka so no ani sika na so no wono pori de na mfata because so otosa oswafo his kasemso ana omudwe atwe paye hyehye papa kanya ne so onam baabi ema opa ayarehwe no ufiri so awoska na so sika no mpo no yebeka so man no tumi ebisa questions.
But why don't you believe in your national health system? That's the question we have.
Why
don't you believe? Because research in the say it's not the doctors. Because 1 out of 10 doctors in UK is an African.
Almost koduma aboduma hoche bibia ma enya sem ketwa na emom no wo mo ahwe ame enya equipment papa wo ma ahwe me enya materials ebetumi aboma yenya sa quality healthcare na ye pe no enti so mo do mo yare a wo ma twumbo no mo tira ha ebu wo ma ne tantantanti wo mo so omekoya doctor for ho na wo mo epe baby pa akohwe ho yade nyese yenye medical student ni ye dwo mu di papa wo ma bomoden na emom no sebi yemfa kutuku hu enkum obio enti doctor na bensen na se equipment no na sen ye gi confirmatory teaching hospital ensuo ti surgery na operation so majai
ensuo enko hospital ho
ma nti o
majai surgery
operation si
but nipa omu sa process no yesi nyame na age omo nkwa ensuo
nyame na age
the biggest second biggest hospital e Ghana ye nyina ye read story no ensuo nkọ konfo anoche
na obade na misu ni se enya machine ya kase betunde si ayi maba bi o e ensuo keke empa me ewu hwe aboa ye boye ho asoman ne ye boka e de kohwe ho yade a ha dwen yade ne yefasa no mani nyina emma ye wo conditions bi a obani ye ne be ka to ne bi a ne doctor for no so bi duebo elumpo no enye orthodox doctors no me yare ena me ko se me ko check enoma bi o se won yare kra to bi o se ko check o be check BP be check pressure no ho prostate ni ade me ko herbal doctor ba ko ho me ginidi o hwe me wie edi choose sa ko foforo ye se so pesca gin true eno am hwe nyina no we problem ha ye say na say me ka no ntim na che se ko from dada ba ko na anya ni ye ana se o pa bibia ye nti ento mo de ye betumi de ache won by orthodox medical hospitals na doctors
mana the problem is that check up ya okoye the entire politicians na ekwa abruchi ni se machine no esi ho e won anim ade na ha no onim se within 2 hours ebe yi di nyina aba ehɔ no yankofa duro mane mmene
dabi
ya di nuclear ene ehwe no eno nso ya community hospital bi o California ebia wo Texas ebia wo Bronx ebia wo Brooklyn
enyo mo referral ayipo akasia no
community hospital uwia na Ghana for atua enti se ensuo mma wo konfo anoche a esi obi e nash enti na make say we have to start from the convention na omoko sign wo 2001 say abrofo no be share ye World Health Organization for be share ye say momo leaders we no because you can travel abroad and seek medical care no one neglect the core business of managing health in your country into obi anko monfa 10% of your national budget no monfa anko health eno na ama Germany for akosro amoko ho no eno na ama Singapore for akosro amoko ho eno na ama UK for akosro amudwane ko ho no monfa sika anko ho omo ba ye no after 17-18 years Rwanda and a meeting a portion of the target followed by Botswana and Tanzania and Zambia Ghana enim
na yetwidi ye ho abrama ayasa kakra na oha no obi hu because wanya mpa na so
bed
empa keke empa o enye do na de ma no eye mpa woda so ye na ye de obi ati akonwa miamako hu bi ye de nsuo si ni so no oti akonwam
but can you imagine say we a politician now all fly to a brochure to seek medical health o say topic be say ne kan din because yan man for no yan tin semase ye be politicizing MPP NDC ye be politicizing no
eno ya dwen wo fom ntra be kakra because education no by and by Ghana for be say nye MPP NDC de ye wure ya ka bedu akosa akan ye ntwese ko bi meka nkire ye fa ban no to so because abaya ni so betumi editete hu se wodo no ani sika na ekwa na so man sika
there be oya politician ko
o man sika
yes of course
so enchi so no ani sika mpere fa so to omo so 5 years yan ye de ye woni pa bi anko hia me am dim ko kromoti ko to ama no wu mume nkwa me dem wu anya hwe na o de omo ko so se ekoso mo omo kwa o se ekoso mo eso mo ko sisi yen ehu hia se me se emra no kire se enkoman panin na be de kire nko a ena constitutionally se bia na omadwuma mu yenti no ebe ha dwanyenfo omo nko wo bia nka ho bio minim cross Supreme Court Chief Justice kraka ho
samra ne kwa wo ho no
o se hwe ho asamka
samra na wo ho no nti we sure say abrochi country be president beti asesa
there be
because health no eba winim tama obi nti ade nti na abrochi na okohwe wa bra obeti nti na mebusa say afidie na ye de because how ya de wo Saudi Arabia no ye de ship mu a ebeba ha entimi ma enkom
ebeba manabro so
nti ade in prevent o say who qualified health expert omuko school abrochi ni bi na omode ba who nurses who nipa ombetima manage sa machines no de aka ne se wo beto abehemu de budget be ko ho se afidie ne be ko ship mu ni etimi kra Range Rover Land Cruiser ye kraka bia wo wiase enkonwa edi siesie ye dem ema ho ayefe ye to niema bia bi di besi manhye atena mu a eniema ya abrofo yi use ya enu nti ye dwane ko ho no se edi sisi ebeba emamrai
obonu se get scholarship medical school for no omu wi a emu 10% peneba
well also
mama ye djuma wa bra oni akade
a 2011 report estimated that 9 African countries including Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya had lost 2.7 billion of their investment in healthcare professionals and now boss no nipa na ekotwe ni omo no moma
no be den
oma
ye de sika o enso ba akade ni ha
well
nti yɛbɛkasa bi a wabɔ ana so ntumi nya de ɔpɛ so ɔyɛ no na nu nti ɔba bɛba so bebree na be private hospitals.
In the interim yɛntumi nka sɛ yɛahyɛ mmara ɛnɛ but deɛ yɛbɛka ne sɛ nsuo a ɛma wɔ hospital, gloves, ventilators,
ne nipa wu ɛwɔ ho
saa nneɛma no deɛ ma bi nsi koraa because yɛama wo the biggest privilege sɛ wo deɛ wobɛtumi akɔ baabi akɔhwɛ wo ho na mmom yɛn a yɛnni passport no deɛ na woyɛ ama yɛama deɛ wopɛpɛ biara ɛnyɛ MPP NDC ɔmo nyinaa wo ba obiara enjoy but ɔmo nya sika so enough o free power koraa ɔwɔ enough so ɔbɛkɔ akɔsa ne ho yadeɛ aden